Hi there. In this couple of videos, we're gonna make simple but pretty funny Canon shooter game. Don't be afraid, we're not gonna use any C# coding language for this. We're gonna do all of that using brand new Unity visual scripting. So make sure you name your project Canon Shoot and press create project. As usual, it will take some time to start the project. You can see the progress bar here while downloading, and don't double press on the project while you in Unity have. It will say it's already open, so make sure you have both icons here. Okay, now we're in Unity. I'm gonna get my layout, my default layout. Let's create pretty fast, pretty simple level. So it will be a cube, which will represent our ground. It will be long by z-axis about 5 and maybe about 7, and 5 by x-axis, no, maybe 4. That's enough. Will be pretty thin like this. So yeah, make sure that in the camera it's camera looking from this side of the you can even make it like a bit higher like this, so you can see more in the game view like this. Okay, I think I can make it a bit longer. Maybe z would be 8 or even 9. Yeah, 9 is good. Okay, this is our ground. So let's name it ground. I'll just run my keycaster so you will see what I'm typing. So press enter and type ground to rename it, and I'm gonna create a new cube. Let's name this cube as maybe platform. This will be the platform for Canon, so I'm going to name it platforms Canon. It will be the platform for Canon. As you can see, the values are weird, so press on this icon here and reset the values as we do usually. And let's just copy the value of x. It's 4. I'm going to make it 4 by x, so it perfectly fits by the edges. And I think I have to move it to minus 0.5 to make it perfectly, not minus, but just 0.5 to make it perfectly aligned with the floor. So now it's in the floor. Let's move this Canon about here. Let's just try to get precise values like -3 maybe. Yeah, -3 is good. -3 here, and I'm going to duplicate this one and type platform for aims. So it will be, and we're good. We're just going to remove minus, so it will be 3. So that they are on opposite sides from each other. So technically, this is our kind of location. The only thing we should add is the Canon itself. So let's create a new 3D object cube, and I'm going to reset its position again. And I know that it should be 0.5. This one should be, I think, up by 1. No, even more. So let's just see. By our eyes, I think it should be 1.5 by y-axis to be perfectly on the platform. 1.5, yeah. So it's 1.5 and -3 to be precisely on location. So this is our body of our Canon. Let's name this one Canon, and with Canon selected, I'm going to right click and create new 3D object cylinder. So, and name this one a barrel of this Canon. So To rotate, I'm pressing Command on my keyboard to make it like snap rotation. As you can see, when I made this inside a cannon, because it's the child of this object, it kind of inherits the value of its parent, so it's perfectly placed in the center of this object. Now I'm going to move it here. So now we have this barrel cannon. So yeah, to make the values nice, let's make it just 0.5, so it's in this half of the size. So now it's like this. So nice values, and it's perfectly centered. You don't have to just eyeball it to make it perfect. And we technically need this to be inside of our cannon because we want the barrel and the cannon to move together. So that's technically it. I think we should also need to just add a couple of cylinders here as aims. So right click, 3D object, cylinder. So this will be located here at 3. We know that it should be 3 and position should be 1.5. Although the cylinder has, that's okay. We're gonna just, I press R on my keyboard to make this movement. I'm doing it fast because you already should know how to do all of that because you already had experience with this. So let's make this like more like a can than the big barrel. Okay, and now I'm gonna name this one as a can. Okay, and before we're gonna duplicate these cans, we're gonna make 3. Let's first color them. So because for now it's like a real white blob. So go to assets, right click, create folder, name it materials. Okay, I made this with caps lock, but if you like it, you can keep it. I'm just gonna make it with normal. Okay, and now here we're gonna create new material ground. So will be our ground, and we're gonna just put this ground here. I'm gonna make it darker. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this one and create platform. I think both platforms could be the same color, so I'm going to make it a little bit bluish maybe. So they kind of separate from the back, from the ground, maybe greener like this. Like wooden color, like wooden. Yeah, I think that works pretty nice. Okay, now we're gonna just duplicate this one. I'm gonna type this one as cannon. This will be our cannon. The cannon should be something like a bit more like this. So it could be hard to drag and drop like this sometimes. So when the object is small, you can just drag it to hierarchy. So I'm going to just take this ground material and drag it to barrel. And now I have the same effect. Okay. As you can see, I used the same ground material here on the barrel, which makes sense because in games we try to have as least materials as we can. So if you can use one material from one object to another, you use it. Don't make copies of each material because materials are meant to be shared between many objects. Okay, now let's make the last duplication. Where's my duplicate? I don't know. Control D. And this is going to be red. I'm going to just name it can. So this will be like our target. So we can make it a bit brighter, maybe even more brighter, like this. So now we have this can here. And now I can duplicate them. Control D. I'm going to press Control to just snap the movement. Control D, and this is our. So now we have this 3 targets and the cannon. I think these are floating in the air. So if you want to just move all of them, you just select first and the last. I'm using Shift for this. You can just press Control and select them like this. And I'm gonna just make sure I'm aligning all of them to the floor. Yeah, that's it for level design of our level. Okay, I hope you had fun doing this level design. In the next video, we're gonna move the cannon using visual scripting in Unity. And if you want to receive more content like this, please consider subscribing. We plan to make a lot of interesting Unity visual scripting content on this channel.